Before I learned my wife still carried a torch for someone else. I used to throw my weight around at home all day. Either I made her cook snail rice noodles for me at midnight, or forced her to cosplay in outfits too explicit to describe. Shen Buyu was quite reluctant, but I had always been spoiled and willful, and ours was a business marriage. She could only swallow her grievances and give in. Until that day, when I pushed her too far again. Shen Buyu refused, her face cold. Absolutely not. As I threw my usual massive tantrum, waiting for her to give in. Several lines of text floated before my eyes. The future ex-husband is still throwing a fit. He has no idea our male and female leads have already met. The male lead is gentle and thoughtful. How could the heroine possibly keep tolerating this spoiled young master? Exactly, once the heroine falls for our male lead. To make the future ex-husband step aside, they'll scheme until his parents' company is drowning in debt and goes under, leaving him on the streets. How pathetic. In the end, the future ex-husband will be running a street stall with a raging fever, then freeze to death on his way home. Drool, drool. Why did nobody tell me the future ex-husband was this handsome? I am drooling over the screen, baby. Take my advice. Stop acting up if you want to live. Seeing the scrolling comments, I shuddered in terror. I quickly removed the ice water I had just taken from the refrigerator. From Shen Buyu's neck. Wife. Forget it if you do not want to. I will think of something else. Go get some sleep. No need to think of anything else. Something else? Shen Buyu straightened up, her eyes dark as she looked at me. The comments had turned my mind into a mess, so I blurted out a completely nonsensical reply. Right, I can just find someone else. I really should not make you do something like that. Let go. Shen Buyu, dressed in a satin suit, knelt on one knee before me, because I had thrown a tantrum and demanded to warm my hands on her neck. Her collar now hung half open, her clothes wet and dripping. It somehow gave the illusion that she was begging for my mercy. At least, if I ignored her cold expression. Her cold expression, right? That cold expression. I trembled all over. I finally remembered what I had just said. Forcing a smile, I tried to explain. I cursed myself for letting my thoughts slip out. This was bad. She must think I had someone else. Shen Buyu ignored my explanation. After watching me for a moment, she gave in. Tomorrow really will not work. There will be many executives and sponsors at the open lecture. I really cannot wear the dog tag. The moment she finished speaking, the comments flooded in so densely they nearly blinded me. Damn, look at that body. The future ex-husband has it so good. Agreed 1,000 times. What dog tag? Tell us more. A dog tag. He forced his own wife to wear a dog tag to an open lecture? Man, are you even normal? You are rich. Go see a neurologist, will you? He is completely insane. The heroine is such an aloof, abstinent beauty, and he actually forced her to wear a dog tag and put her body on display, too. I cannot imagine how humiliating that must be. My heart breaks for the heroine. Hey, commenter above, it is fine. Our male lead, the man the heroine has never forgotten, is back. A sweet, healing romance is about to begin. I cannot wait for that vile future ex-husband to get written out. Freeze to death. You deserve it. Water still dripped from my fingertips, and I clenched my hands into fists. It was all that young master from the Wang family's fault. He insisted an open lecture was the perfect chance to stake my claim. He said his own wife acts like his dog in public. In a fit of anger, I came up with that awful idea. Now, seeing comment after comment say I deserved it, I realized I had gone too far. I just wanted to get back to my room and calm down, then figure out how to survive this disaster. I did not even care that my hands were not warm yet. I was about to jump down and flee. I am going to sleep first. You should rest early too. Shen Buyu grabbed my wrist. She pulled up the hem of her shirt to warm my hands. Her palms were scorching hot. As she adjusted the hem, the curves beneath her clothes appeared and disappeared. My mind filled with lewd thoughts. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. What a goddess. Say what you will, but the future ex-husband really knows what he is doing. Look what he has turned the heroine into. Yeah, right? No matter how well he trained her, it only benefits our male lead. Can you not see the heroine does not even want to touch him? She is only afraid that the vile future ex-husband will cause trouble. As those comments came rushing in, my dirty thoughts vanished at once. I did not dare admire her beauty either. I just wanted to stay alive. Once my hands were dry, I ran straight for my room. Halfway there, I suddenly realized something was wrong. I abruptly changed direction and rushed into the guest room. I am sleeping in the guest room. You get up too early and disturb me. Only after I locked the guest room door and burrowed into the soft, oversized bed. Did the comments finally quiet down? Thinking of the excuse I had just made, I let out a long sigh. Changing my spoiled young master ways is really hard. I carefully considered what the comments had said. My family company might be weaker than Shen Buyu's, but her uncle is the one in control of her family. My father runs my family company. Why should my family go bankrupt just because the comments say so? I refused to accept that. I sprang up and texted my dad. Tomorrow, I am coming to work at the company. Get ready for your son's grand arrival. After sending it, I tossed my phone aside. I ignored the stream of question marks my dad sent back, along with his concern over whether I had lost my mind. I was already fast asleep. Half asleep. I sensed someone moving me, all while chattering away in my ear. Who dared disturb this young master's sweet dream? They deserved a smack. I slapped them. The whole world became quiet, perhaps because I had so much on my mind. I woke with the 5 o'clock sun. When I woke, I was still a little dazed, feeling a familiar warmth. I instinctively snuggled closer. Wait, I jolted awake. Opening my eyes, I found myself in Shen Buyu's arms. My brain completely shut down. Before I could figure out whether I had sleepwalked or Shen Buyu had entered the wrong room, my hand ended up on her slender waist. Her waist felt so good, I squeezed it. Shen Buyu frowned. With her eyes closed, she lowered her head in search of my lips. Just as I was about to close my eyes, the comments, quiet all night, erupted again. What the hell? What is that future ex-husband grabbing? Let go already. Can you not see the heroine is frowning? He really doesn't know what's good for him. And the future ex-husband has the nerve to close his eyes. Can you not see the heroine has not even opened hers? She cannot bring herself to kiss him when she sees him. He makes our heroine sick. She is not like this when she kisses our male lead, the man she has never forgotten. She wants to memorize every expression on his face. Can the future ex-husband get some self-awareness? Get the hell away from her. My heart went cold. I scrambled to my feet, then bolted for the bathroom. I am going to wash up. I vaguely heard Shen Buyu seemingly sigh in relief. My chest instantly tightened with bitterness. We were husband and wife, after all. No wonder she did not want to touch me. That is right. Shen Buyu and I had been married for a year, but we had never consummated our marriage. At that thought, I felt a little disappointed, but not much. Staying alive was the important thing. When I left the bathroom, Shen Buyu was already gone. So I followed my original plan. I marched to the company full of confidence, ready to show everyone what I could do. I wandered here and looked around there, until 2 hours later, I admitted defeat. All I had to do was stop bossing Shen Buyu around, and stop getting in the way of her and the male lead. I could do that. It had to be easier than running a company. Once I made up my mind, I left the company and called up a bunch of disreputable friends for drinks, mainly because, after getting married, I had always clung to Shen Buyu, so I had not been to a bar since. Now that I finally came, I completely let loose. I had the time of my life. While I was having fun, the comments were unusually friendly too. Future ex-husband, you are a great guy. Your life is my dream. Yes, exactly. That is it. Future ex-husband, keep it up. As long as you do not disturb the leads, you can have all the fun you want. But he has not divorced the heroine yet. Is that not wildly inappropriate? Hey, commenter above. This is not the Dark Ages. Holy crap. Who is that? Wasn't the heroine going to buy a little cake for the man she has never forgotten? Why did she come to a bar? What is going on? Commenter above. This bar's chocolate cake is famously delicious. The future ex-husband had thrown fits before, demanding that she buy him one. The heroine always said she had no time. But the moment our male lead mentioned it, she came right away to buy it. This doomed future ex-husband should face reality by now, right? The moment I read those comments, my whole body went rigid. I turned around, trembling, and saw Shen Buyu with a cold expression. I was doomed. I shakily gave my friends a quick heads up, then walked toward Shen Buyu as if marching to my death. But when I saw the chocolate cake in her hand, a sliver of hope remained. I had said I wanted some. What if, right? Before I could speak, Shen Buyu noticed where I was looking. She moved the cake behind her back. Going home? We are married. You being here does not reflect well on me. Seeing that gesture, an uncontrollable wave of disappointment rose in my heart. With my head lowered, I followed Shen Buyu to the car. I took the passenger seat. That cake, I cannot deal with him. They already said it was for the male lead. Can the future ex-husband not read the room? The heroine even hid it. Yet he keeps asking. If she does not give it to him, he will throw a fit. He is so annoying. Can he just disappear already? Who is he putting on this act for? He is at the bar himself. Why does he not buy one himself? He is absolutely unbearable. How does the heroine put up with him? Relax, relax. The more the future ex-husband acts up, the more the heroine will hate him. His family's bankruptcy and his death from freezing are not far off. Idiots truly cannot be saved. The future ex-husband is buying himself an express pass to death. I froze in alarm. I abruptly looked up at her, trying to salvage the situation. Honey, I meant that I already had some. I already ate. They bought some for me in the private room earlier. It is for you. Fang Xiu. I came to find you. The cake is for you too. I stared at her in shock. Then I noticed her frown. I knew that look. It meant she was irritated. She really was afraid I would make a scene. I forced a smile. Thanks, honey. Then the car pulled away. We were both silent on the way. When we were 2 kilometers from home, Shen Buyu's phone rang. I recognized the caller ID. It was one of her students. Oh my. The male lead accidentally banged his knee. He was crying in pain, yet would not disturb us. The heroine really needs senior brother to play wingman. If you ask me, the heroine student has far more sense than the future ex-husband. Heroine, answer the phone and comfort our male lead. The heroine knew a call from her student had to be about the male lead. She must be frantic inside, but did not dare answer with the future ex-husband there. She feared he would find out and cause trouble for the male lead. She is so thoughtful. Can the future ex-husband take a hint and get out of the car? Can he not see our heroine is worried sick? So annoying. So annoying. My heart ached. The moment she pulled over, I opened the door first and got out. Go handle your business. I can get a cab home myself. With that, I took out my phone to call a cab. Then the driver's window rolled down. My heart trembled. Maybe the comments were not always right. She spoke to me softly. I will come home and cook for you tonight. Stay safe. Then the car sped away, leaving a gust of wind in its wake. I was left alone by the roadside. When I got home, I collapsed into bed. All afternoon, I caught up on sleep, sleeping like the dead. When I heard a sound, I walked into the kitchen and saw that the package I ordered days ago had arrived. Shen Buyu was wearing it as she cooked for me, a black apron trimmed with lace. She had serious house husband energy. I swallowed several times at the sight. Shen Buyu turned around, carrying a plate of oil-braised prawns toward me. The apron was rather narrow, unable to hide her toned figure from years of exercise. The curves of her chest were fully on display. I was completely transfixed. Husband, do you want a touch? A flash of white burst through my mind. This happiness had come too suddenly. I was close to passing out. She called me husband. She called me husband. Before I could finish screaming internally, Shen Buyu took my hand and placed it on her waist. Help, help, help. This ship is too good. For the male lead she adored. The heroine will truly do anything. The male lead had just liked a related video, and the heroine immediately dressed up as a dutiful wife. I am obsessed with them. But the heroine already is a wife, and Fang Xiu bought that outfit. Fang Xiu was also the one who suggested this kitchen role play. Why do I think the heroine and her future ex-husband are a great ship to? Kick the commenter above out. If the heroine were doing this for that drama queen of an ex-husband, she would have worn it long ago. She is clearly doing it because the male lead wants to see it. She is using her ex-husband for practice first, in case the male lead is not satisfied. That drama queen is just a tool. The skin beneath my hand was warm, but my heart was ice-cold. Whenever I asked her to role-play before, she was always utterly unwilling. I had to coax her again and again, sleep with her again and again, and throw tantrum after tantrum. But now, for the one she treasured most, she could actually go this far. That was true love, all right. Looking at her flushed ears, I almost wanted to applaud her. Such masterful acting, pretending to be shy. The Oscars owed her a golden statuette. Thinking of that, I grew annoyed. I pulled back my hand, face cold. Shen Buyu, are you crazy? Shen Buyu froze. Then she understood what I meant. You do not like it. I poked her stomach. It did not feel good at all. Perhaps she was used to my unpredictable moods. Shen Buyu's face turned pale, but she said nothing. The next morning, I met with a lawyer to discuss the divorce. I was busy until I got home that night. When I opened the door, I heard Shen Buyu on the phone in the study. Yes, New Zealand. 2 people. Summer break. New Zealand was where I had wanted to spend our honeymoon, but there were too many places I wanted to visit. So, we never went. That one missed destination became an obsession instead. I mentioned wanting to go so many times, but Shen Buyu only said she had no time. I sighed. It was not that the timing was wrong. It was that I had the wrong person. Forget it. Once we were divorced, we would have nothing to do with each other. Since I was consulting a lawyer about divorce, I tried to avoid Shen Buyu these past few days. She got up early. I left late. When she came home, I pretended to sleep. In short, if I could avoid seeing her, I did. It was not that I did not want to see her, but if I kept looking at her, I feared that before my family was ruined and I lost my life, her face would have already driven me out of my mind. One day, just as I changed and prepared to leave, I saw Shen Buyu sitting in the living room with her car keys. She looked up at me. "Go into the office? I will drive you." Before I could refuse, she added, "It is on my way, husband." That one word, husband, nearly knocked me unconscious. By the time I came to my senses, I was already in the passenger seat, with my seatbelt fastened. Shen Buyu drove steadily, but my heart was anything but steady. She suddenly asked, "Are you unhappy?" The question caught me off guard. Was I unhappy? Not exactly. I was just busy staying alive and preparing for divorce, keeping my parents' company from going bankrupt, and keeping myself from ending up feverish, running a street stall, and freezing to death. Come to think of it, there really was nothing to be happy about. Shen Buyu gripped the wheel, her voice lower than usual. "Can you wear the dog tag tomorrow?" I nearly choked on my breath. What dog tag? Her face visibly drained of color. Only then did I remember. Oh no. So many days had passed that I had nearly forgotten myself. Yet she still remembered. I quickly waved my hands. No. It was just a passing impulse. Thinking it over later, it really was inappropriate. You are a professor, after all. So many people attend your public lectures. Wearing that would not be proper. Shen Buyu was not comforted. The comments started flooding in again. "I am dying. The future ex-husband thinks she is worried about upsetting him. She is testing you, idiot. You used to cling to the heroine 24 hours a day. Now you have suddenly become so considerate. She fears you know about the one she treasures, and go cause them trouble. The heroine really loves the male lead, to protect him. She even called her future ex-husband husband through her disgust." Oh, I had been fooling myself. Shen Buyu pressed her lips together. "Fang Xiu, do not sulk." Before she could finish, her phone rang. It was that student again. After the call, she noticeably sped up. A 30-minute drive took just 10 minutes. I nearly lost my footing when I got out. Shen Buyu looked at me, speaking quickly. "Something came up at the university. I may have to travel for work for a while. About 2 weeks. Be careful at home. Have the housekeeper cook, or eat at your parents' place. Do not order random takeout. Lock the door, and call me if anything happens." I nodded obediently. "All right, go handle it." Once her car vanished from sight, I immediately took a cab to the law firm. According to the comments, Shen Buyu was in such a hurry was because her beloved first love was in trouble. This business trip was probably where they would finally talk things out. The key moment when they would finally get together for good. I could no longer say whether I was sad. I only knew that if I did not run now, I might really die. After finalizing the divorce agreement with my lawyer, I returned to the home we had shared for a year. I had planned to leave in style, taking nothing with me. But at the walk-in closet door, I fell silent. My clothes, my bags, my limited edition shoes, they were all so expensive. I could leave with dignity, but I could not leave broke. So over those 2 weeks, I began moving out. The comments said the leads were flirting on the plane. The male lead slept against Shen Buyu's shoulder. I was stripping the 4-piece bedding set from the bed. The comments said the leads admired each other at an academic conference, exchanging longing glances. I was shutting off the home security cameras. The comments said the leads were taking a walk by the lake, having a wonderful conversation. I stood in the walk-in closet, debating whether to take the wardrobe too. The comments said Shen Buyu would get rid of me, the future ex-husband, once she returned. I dragged the last suitcase to the door, then slipped off my wedding ring and placed it on the coffee table. The comments went silent, because they had noticed too. After my tireless efforts, the house was now as empty as a model home. What the hell? What is the future ex-husband doing? Playing hard to get. He moved everything out. If he really goes bankrupt, he can sell it all in an emergency. That is one roundabout way to save his life. I had no interest in reading more. Finally, I entered Shen Buyu's walk-in closet. Inside hung all kinds of clothes I had bought for her. There were proper suits, and some far less proper outfits. There were even several sets I had never seen her wear. I really hated to leave them behind, but staying alive mattered more. I placed the divorce papers and wedding ring side by side on the coffee table. Then I pulled my suitcase away without looking back. After returning to my own house, I did not see any comments for today's. For a moment, I thought I had escaped disaster. The takeout is here. When the doorbell rang, I skipped happily to the door. Just give it to me. But when I saw who stood outside, my pupils shrank. Shen Buyu stood at the door, her clothes badly rumpled. Even her collar was crooked, as if she had rushed all the way back. I instinctively tried to close the door, but the moment it narrowed, she jammed her arm into the gap. She forced the door open, her voice terribly hoarse. Fang Xiu, do you not have anything to explain? Explain. I could not get another word out. Shen Buyu wrapped an arm around my waist, lowered her head, and kissed me. This time, she was nothing like her usual restrained self. The door slammed shut behind me. I pushed at her chest. Honey, that hurts. Do not get carried away. She acted as though she had not heard me. The comments filled the screen with question marks. I was just as confused. What happened to the untouchable Ice Queen? What happened to the abstinent professor? Someone tell me. Why will Shen Buyu not even let me close the door now? When I woke the next day, I felt as though I had been taken apart and put back together. Sore everywhere. Shen Buyu stood in the corner. When she saw I was awake, she dropped to her knees with a thud. Tears dripped down her face. Husband, I am sorry. Do you hate me now? I knew you did not like me. Now that you have slept with me, you will only like me even less. I am older, and my stamina is poor. It was my first time. I was not very good at it either. Even my chest muscles do not feel good to touch. I forced you into this arranged marriage, and I am so much older than you. How could someone like me ever get to marry you? My husband does not want me anymore. Me? What? I moved a little. Other than the soreness, I was not actually in pain. Then I looked down and saw the marks on my body. I could not hold back my spoiled rich kid temper. Shen Buyu, are you a dog? She looked up through her tears. I am my husband's little puppy. The comments. I am shipping them so hard. Shen Buyu, act normal. I rubbed my temples. Your stamina is great. I am just sore. And your technique was decent. I agreed to our arranged marriage willingly. No one forced me. Her tears fell even harder. I do not believe you. Then, why did you want a divorce? Husband, I have been keeping myself under control, just as I was wondering how to explain the comments. Shen Buyu suddenly seemed to reach a conclusion. It must be some wicked woman outside seducing you. Then you simply will not go out. As she muttered, she took away my phone, tablet, and computer. This time, my brain completely crashed. I had crashed even harder than when the comments said she had a first love. Someone tell me, what happened to the untouchable Ice Queen heroine? How did she suddenly turn into a crazed possessive maniac? The comments exploded. The heroine has gone insane. The plot has gone so far off course. Who can even tell who the lead is anymore? Though the heroine and the future ex-husband are fun to ship, this is imprisonment. When I heard the words male lead, my brain finally started working. Right. There was still that first love. There was still a chance to turn this around. For now, I would stay put. Over the next month, I lived like an emperor, other than having no electronic devices. It was not so bad. I woke in Shen Buyu's arms every morning. At noon, I watched her cook for me in all kinds of skimpy outfits. At night, she carried me back to the bedroom. Before setting me down, she would arrange my pillows first. She no longer wore that cold expression. Instead, she became incredibly clingy. At first, I stayed wary. Later, I grew somewhat numb to it. After all, I only had to open my mouth to be fed, and my clothes were ready when I lifted a hand. That kind of life really spoils a person. 1 month later, the familiar student called again. The same familiar panicked routine followed. As Shen Buyu took the call, I was curled up on the sofa, eating fruit. Then a rather different comment suddenly appeared. Since the plot has gone this far off course, why not see what the heroine is actually doing? We could only see things from the future ex-husband's perspective. Who knows whether those earlier plot points were real? If only the future ex-husband could see us. There is a spare key on top of the entryway cabinet. The renovation worker left it behind. The heroine does not know about it. Even the grapes in my hand suddenly lost their appeal. At last, I had seen a useful comment. I pretended to search through the drawers, then the cabinets, until I finally searched the entryway. When I found the key, I deliberately put on a look of surprise. The comments immediately mocked me. Your acting is a little bad. Bad or not, so be it. I had already begun to suspect the comments. For now, I could not let them know I could see them. I took a taxi straight to Shen Buyu's school. My heart raced the entire way. I am willing to trust you once. Shen Buyu, please do not let me down. After asking 3 people, I finally found her office. The door was not fully closed. Just as I was about to push it open, I heard a dog bark inside. Then came a student's desperate voice. Professor, can you really not take this dog home? Could you talk it over with your spouse? It eats far too much. Shen Buyu's voice was flat. I transferred the money for its food. Keep taking care of it. The student kept trying to persuade her. Professor, you tell us every day how wonderful your husband is. Why do you have to hide a Samoyed from him? Shen Buyu paused for several seconds. My husband is allergic to dog fur. Have you booked the tickets to New Zealand? Yes, I booked them. The student sighed. You have worked non-stop for 2 weeks. Also, you can travel with your husband this summer. Would I dare hold you up? I transferred your extra pay. The comments finally went quiet for a moment. So, she is going to New Zealand with the future ex-husband. The student's call was about the Samoyed. What kind of absurd plot is this? I could not spare the comments another thought, because I had a more important question. I am not allergic to dog fur. I was tired of guessing. The comments were not trustworthy either. I pushed the door open. Shen Buyu looked up and saw me. She froze completely. Wife, I need to talk to you. Have your student step outside first. Shen Buyu awkwardly ushered the student out. The moment the door closed, I sat on the sofa. The Samoyed sat beside me. It was snowy white and fluffy. Its eyes were impossibly round. I could not resist scooping it into my arms. Shen Buyu let out a startled gasp. All right. Confirmed. She truly believed I was allergic to dog fur. Holding the Samoyed, I fixed Shen Buyu with a serious look. Now, I ask. You answer. No nonsense. Can you do that? Shen Buyu stood before me, like a student caught by the disciplinary dean. Yes. Why did you think I was allergic to dog fur? 3 years ago, you told Miss Wang. I thought about it for a long time, then finally remembered. Miss Wang had wanted to foist on me a large dog she had grown tired of. I was afraid I could not refuse, so I casually said I was allergic to dog fur. Shen Buyu went pale again. I continued questioning her. Was that chocolate mousse really for me? Shen Buyu dropped to one knee before me. The corners of her eyes reddened. She rattled off an explanation. Husband, a friend told me you went to a bar. Then I remembered you saying the night before that you would find male models. I was scared. I was afraid you would hate me for controlling you. So I bought the chocolate mousse you had always wanted to try. I planned to pretend we met by chance. Dogs cannot eat chocolate, so that cake was for you. When I got there, I saw that male model feeding you grapes. I was jealous enough to lose my mind. I was afraid I would lose control, so I could only pretend not to care. Then my student called, saying he had stepped on glass. That gave me a chance to leave first. As she spoke, her tears fell again. That evening, I saw the package had arrived, so I put on that apron and cooked for you. I wanted to cheer you up. Her voice broke. My lips moved, but no words came out. I really had been too harsh that day. Shen Buyu continued crying. I thought you did not want me anymore. So, I wanted to take you to New Zealand and finish all my work early. Who knew raising a dog would be so hard? It even got lost at school. I rushed back to find it, so I had to rush off on an emergency trip. I messaged you, but you did not reply. I planned to kneel and apologize when I got home. But when I returned, all that was left was a bare, empty shell of a home. My husband did not want me anymore. Still crying, she parted the Samoyed's neck fur to find its tag, then pulled an identical tag from inside her collar. I was wearing the dog tag too. I knew you sought out male models because you were angry with me, so I wore it every day. I am yours. Yi is yours too. You cannot abandon us. Husband. Her crying was giving me a headache. I reached out and covered her mouth. Then what is this supposed first love all about? Why did everyone know you had a first love, but you would not tell me when I asked? Tears filled Shen Buyu's eyes. Yet her face reddened. She pointed at the Samoyed in my arms. Husband, my so-called first love is this dog. I looked down at the dog. The dog looked back at me. Shen Buyu explained softly. During my final year of high school, I was under too much pressure. I was in a terrible state. My doctor suggested I get a companion dog. That was when Yi came into my life. It stayed by my side for a long time. Later, when I got a little better, my parents felt I should not rely on it so much, so they gave it away. Ever since then, I have been searching for a Samoyed. People in our circle said, "It was my first love." What a colossal misunderstanding. A truly massive misunderstanding. I am such an idiot. I belong in a museum. This truth, if I had asked just a few more people in our circle, I would have known. But instead, I believed the comments. Shen Buyu and the Samoyed both looked at me with pleading eyes. She spoke cautiously. "Husband, you misunderstood, right? You care about me, right? I know I am controlling and jealous. When I lose control, I can be frightening. I am seeing a therapist. I will keep myself under control. Please do not leave me. I will truly get better." Thinking carefully about it, apart from being cold-faced and quiet, Shen Buyu had never actually done anything to hurt me. She had always put up with my bad temper and endured all my drama. Instead, it was me who let the comments lead me by the nose and hurt her terribly. I told her every detail about the comments. After Shen Buyu heard it, she clenched the leash in her hand. Slander. Pure slander. They have slandered my fidelity. As she spoke, she was about to cry again. "Husband, it is not like that. I have been seeing a therapist and trying to control myself. I was afraid that if I touched you, I would lose control. I was afraid of hurting you. Besides, you always liked my aloof, self-restrained side, and you kept deliberately teasing me. I thought you liked me that way." Looking at her with her head lowered, I suddenly thought she resembled the Samoyed in my arms. Both looked so wronged, with wet, pleading eyes. I rubbed her head. "From now on, I will see the doctor with you. And I married you willingly. Wife." The comments slowly began to fade. "AWW, this is so sweet. It turns out I was the awful one." What is truly awful is piracy, stealing and destroying other people's lives. The original author has won the lawsuit. This pirated story will be taken down soon, and we are about to disappear too. Long live Shen Buyu, forever and ever. I agree 1,000 times over. After the last line faded, the office fell silent. Only the Samoyed remained, nudging its head into my arms. I looked at Shen Buyu. "What is its name?" "Yi." I nodded. "Fine. From now on, Yi is mine. And so are you." Shen Buyu's eyes lit up at once. "Husband, can I go home now?" Holding the dog, I stood up. "Let's go home first. Once we get there, move back everything I took with me, one piece at a time." Shen Buyu nodded immediately. "Okay." Then I added, "Also, if you ever confiscate my electronics again, you will sleep in the guest room." She fell silent for 2 seconds, then asked quietly, "Then can I sleep outside your door?" I glared at her. "Shen Buyu." She immediately stood straight. "I will not." That night, I sat at the edge of the bed and hooked a finger around the dog tag at her collar. "Wife." Her throat bobbed slightly. I want to see you in that see-through suit, with this chain." Shen Buyu's ears turned red. "Okay." Only later did I learn that her cold, restrained persona was all an act. Deep down, it wasn't that Shen Buyu didn't want to touch me. She was afraid that once she started, she could not stop. The next morning, I sat up, holding my aching waist, and angrily grabbed a pillow and threw it at her. "Shen Buyu, you damn mutt." She knelt beside the bed, her eyes shining. "Husband, I was wrong." Seeing how obedient she looked only made me angrier. "Get your ass to the guest room tonight." She was silent for a moment, then in a soft voice, mimicked me.